Hello everyone and welcome back to All Star Gamers for the Win. This is Eric.
This is Eugene.
And this is another channel update after such a long time.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
A few would definitely be an understatement.
Yeah, no kidding.
So Eugene, you want to get started on where we've been all this time?
Yeah, since our last consistent uploads, we've pretty much just been focusing on college. Right when we got done with graduating from school, we didn't part ways, but we wanted to focus more on doing our university and college studies.
And figuring out what to do in this mysterious thing we call life.
Yeah, very mysterious.
Yeah.
And over time, we just wanted to reapproach getting back to our All-Star Gamers for the Win channel.
Indeed. And that's why we recently made our recent comeback with looking at PlayStation Magazine demo disc.
Yeah. So one of the main things that did drive us to come back is that, looking back at our old videos, we had a lot of, we weren't very experienced with anything.
No, we were just young teenagers who got inspired to make videos for fun.
Yeah, and now we're basically just young adults making videos for fun, but I think now we're a bit more familiar with what equipment to use and just video etiquette, general video etiquette.
Indeed. And that's pretty much why I did release a video review of Life is Strange some time ago. Made with probably a very cheap earbuds with a microphone, because that was the only microphone I had before I was able to upgrade my equipment.
Yeah, we're not working with top-notch equipment, but we're definitely working with stuff that is a lot less crude than what we were working with so long ago.
Indeed. For example...
Speaking of which...
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Nah. Go ahead.
Okay, so as if you look back on the recent videos that have come out for the channel, I released a video showcasing the new upgraded equipment that I managed to get, especially for recording high quality game footage. I have an EVGA XR1 Lite game capture, which allows me to record high quality game footage directly from HD consoles. I also have an AllStar HDMI splitter, which I'm primarily using for my PS3, simply because that the console is built with HDCP, or high bandwidth digital copy protection, which was designed to prevent capture cards from being used on the console, likely as a way to prevent piracy. But it ends up resorting in the console being difficult to record actual game footage off of, so the HDMI splitter was necessary to bypass the HDCP so I could be able to record HD quality footage for the PS3, as you're probably seeing right now with the recorded footage of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix from the first HD collection.
Sure beats the old tripod.
Yeah, it definitely does. And I also have a component to HDMI converter, so I am able to record footage for the more retro consoles, specifically my PlayStation 2 and Nintendo Wii. And Eugene, you have acquired some similar equipment as well, right?
Yes, I do. I have a Elgato capture card. I don't know the specifics about it because I just bought it really on a whim, like maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But it'll definitely be showcased sooner or later on the channel.
Yeah, especially since you now have a PS5 now.
Yeah, I sure do. Not a lot of exclusives to really try out.
Yeah.
With the PS5.
Yeah.
But, at least we'll get to test out my my capture card equipment.
Indeed.
On the PS5. So, at least there's that. At least there's that $600 test kit.
Okay. And as you probably noticed with the recent channel assets, another piece of equipment I've acquired is a Huion H610 Pro V2 drawing tablet. As I have taken college classes recently in regarding to art, I ended up getting this tablet, which is how I was able to create drawings for the channel, especially with the artwork for the thumbnails, the main channel background from the channel banner that's mainly taken from a royalty-free image that I used Photoshop to create a purple swirl around it because that looked pretty cool. But of course, with the drawing tablet, that is how I ended up being able to draw the official mascots for the channel, Hideki, Nishi, and Navègante.
Now, they're basically the same mascots that we did have all those years back,
Yeah,
with the only difference being that instead of being referred to as the first avatar being referred to as Setsuna Tsushi, it's going to be just Navègante.
yeah. Speaking of which, how did you come up with the Navègante name, Eugene?
Now that's a good question. Honestly, I was watching the Netflix series Narcos, and one of the hitmen's name was El Navegante, and I just thought it just sounded really cool. So I just pretty much plucked that nickname and pasted it over here, essentially.
I see. As for how Hideki Nishi came to be, I remember once created this anime avatar from a very old anime flash game site where you can make your own avatar. I wasn't very good at creating names, so I ended up using a name generator.
Right.
One of the results eventually came out to be Hideki Nishi, and back then I kind of thought that the name ended up sticking.
It did, because after all this time, we're still using it.
Yeah. I did actually look up what Hideki and Nishi mean in Japanese kanji. Hideki being having a meaning of excellence, and Nishi being translated to west. And I kind of thought that was pretty fitting for the character.
It is.
Yeah.
El Navegante, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Depends on the context of how you use it, but essentially it means navigator. It could also mean just sailor or just navigator.
Yeah. And that seems to have worked pretty well. And
it does. We do have future plans for the use of these avatars,
yeah.
other than just using them for, our multi-mania skits.
Yeah. Yeah, be on the lookout for that when we get to making more skits with these characters. Okay.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be putting that degree to use.
Indeed. And so that just leads us to the status of the old Let's Plays we started back in the past. BioShock, Infamous, Undertale, Shadow the Hedgehog Expert Mode. Maybe Bubsy 3D, but not really, maybe. We'll still have to think about that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, the current plan with those Let's Plays is that we are going to be scrapping all the old Let's Plays so that we can start over from scratch.
Yeah, well, scrapping's kind of I guess that's too bold of a word. I'd say it's more like we're recycling.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we're gonna be returning back to all those Let's Plays that we did start, but we're gonna just start it back from scratch.
Yeah.
So we're not abandoning them.
No, we're just restarting with the new equipment. Infamous will definitely be the next Let's Play we'll do.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll do BioShock, though the one major difference is it will be based off of the remastered version from the BioShock collection on PS4. As for Undertale, we want to record that off of my old laptop on PC, but when we jump back to Undertale, it's gonna be mainly from the PS4 version of the game.
Yep.
And then, what was the other game? Oh yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog Expert Mode.
Yeah, I try to get away from that one.
Well, we originally made that first part video of Expert Mode as a special because we ended up getting 100 subscribers. But we eventually thought about it, and I think we're better off just playing through the actual game itself. We'll save the Expert Mode till the very end once we finish the story.
Yeah, so it's not like I'm wriggling off the hook.
Yeah, no, you're still playing through the Expert Mode. Just that I'll mainly play through the main game, and you'll at least get the Expert Mode. And it shouldn't be that hard for you, because almost every level is mainly the equivalent of the neutral mission, which is just getting to the gold ring at the end of the level, just like any other Sonic game.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the difficulty. I'm more worried about, I guess, my sanity, you know? What's left of it.
Yeah.
Not saying that I hate the game, it's fun. I love blasting aliens with toilet seats and everything. But
the way they designed the alien guns.
I'm definitely more excited for our other Let's Plays.
Yeah, And so that leads to the final topic. What content do we have planned for the channel? So, as we already went down, we are going to recycle our old Let's Plays. As for what will come next, well, I still have the other Life is Strange games to talk about. Life is Strange Before the Storm, which is about halfway done in the editing phase. I just have to get back to finishing the rest of it. And then Life is Strange 2 will also have to get to review. One thing I will note is that I did already record footage of both those games using the PS4 share feature and uploading the footage on YouTube on my personal channel so that I can download the footage and use for the reviews. So those will be the final remnants of, capturing footage just by using the share feature on PS4. After that, any future reviews will be recorded with the new equipment.
Yeah, so
Though,
it'll just be a slight quality difference.
Yeah. Though the funniest thing is that these reviews were recorded like a year or two ago, way before I ended up getting Life is Strange True Colors, because I did not get that game by the time I recorded for those reviews. And lo and behold, just what was it, like a few weeks ago when you and I went to GameStop one time?
Yeah.
I ended up getting Life is Strange True Colors, very pre-owned, very cheap.
How much was it, like $5 or something?
It was like $13.
Oh, I mean, that's still relatively cheap.
Yeah. I won't do an immediate review of the game because I do want to talk about the Wavelengths chapter of the game, which is the only DLC episode, but I have to buy the Digital Deluxe upgrade to be able to play through it, so a True Colors review is not going to be immediate, but when I do upgrade to the Digital Deluxe upgrade, then a review will come very soon.
Alright.
Yeah. And
so to sum it up, we're going to be focusing on our Let's Plays.
Yeah.
Well, simultaneously, you're going to be finishing up basically the Life is Strange reviews.
Yeah. And maybe we might have more reviews in the future. Those could be fun. Maybe we could.
It could be.
Maybe we could try a new countdown since we haven't done that in a long while.
Jeez, wasn't that one of our first videos ever besides the Harlem Shake video?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I'm sure we can find an interesting countdown topic to talk about.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
And as for future Let's Plays, after we catch up with our backlog of our old Let's Plays, what did you have in mind, Eugene?
I actually don't know.
Well, one game I do want to do for the channel is Trauma Team on the Nintendo Wii.
Oh shoot.
That was definitely an interesting game in my teenage years. It was interesting doctor game released on the Wii. And also the very first game I ever played from Atlas before I was eventually introduced to Persona and Catherine and other franchises from that company.
Oh yeah. Got on the Atlas boat with me.
Yeah. Though I started much earlier with Trauma Team, as I do remember back then when that game was featured on the Nintendo channel on the Wii, for those that grew up with the Nintendo Wii back then. Let's see, any game you're interested in doing the future Let's Play on?
No, actually. That's a list I guess we'll have to work on.
Yeah.
After this, we just have our backlog's not huge or anything, but it is going to take a little bit of time to actually restart and actually finish those Let's Plays.
Yeah.
So, maybe I'll have something on the back burner for now, but right now, the plan is just to really hammer in those Let's Plays.
Yeah. And that should be it.
Nothing else?
No, that's about everything that we needed to talk about, so if you stuck around till the very end, thank you everyone for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and especially subscribe if you're interested in seeing more content like this in the future.
Yeah, it's not going to be all update content, mind you, but definitely subscribe. It helps a lot.
Yeah. And until then, this is Eric.
And this is Eugene.
And this is All Star Gamers for the Win signing out.
Laters.